Hi everyone, it's Jan and I am back to share some card projects that I've been working on lately, and to do a tutorial for this really fun box card that I discovered from another YouTuber and have had the most fun making. So let me just show you a couple of these. This is a card that I made for Valentine's, and I created it with my gypsy on the Cricut, and then embossed some cardstock weight vellum and just put it in here and sewed that on. So that was really kind of fun. These are a couple of cards that I have made doing paper piecing with some stamps. And this one, I made the little dress. The dress form actually had, you know, obviously a little stand for it, but I cut that off and used some wire to make this one. I did, again, the paper piecing. This is a Courtney Baker Practice Creativity Daily, I think is the product name, stamp. And then I stamped it and then did paper piecing. And I know that several of you have asked me to do a tutorial on how I do this, and I haven't forgotten. I promise I will do that. And I had fun with this one. This one's kind of a collage. This is book paper, dictionary paper back here, and I stamped it with a Hero Arts stamp with a mixture of Jenny Bolin inks and distress inks, and then spritzed some water on the stamp and made kind of a watercolor background, and cut this out on the Cricut and distressed it a little bit and did some embossing down here. I don't know if you can see. I used my stamp that just says love, 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 love all over, so I kind of made the grass out of that. And these are Jenny Bolin stickers, and if you want a list of these products, feel free to go to my blog. I will have a list of what I used and where I got them. So those would be those cards. And then this is a card I made for a friend and a co-worker of mine, a Valentine card that I'm going to give to her. And I found this card. I was doing a search on YouTube for interesting card folds, and I found this one. The YouTube channel is Vadeler, V-A-D-E-L-E-R, and I'll put that up on the screen for you, because I think you should always give credit to somebody who has inspired you. So this card, I just have some seam binding on, and when you untie it and pull it open, it becomes a box. And I have a little bit of vintage Valentine down in here. That's from the Tim Holtz seasonal paper pack. And then this is some Coordinations cardstock that I did. So I'm going to show you how to make this box, because I've now kind of gotten addicted to making them. They're really simple. It looks difficult, but it's simple. So I'm going to clear everything off and I'll be right back. So you want to start with an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and you put it in here, and you're going to score at 2.5. That's 2.5, and I run it down a couple times, and then you want to score at 4, which means that the distance from here to here is 1.5 inches, and then you're going to come over to 7, which means the inside of your box is going to be 3 inches, and then we're going to score at 8.5. Okay, and then we want to turn it around, and we want to score at 1.5 on, and then it's just easier for me to turn it around and score it at 1.5 again. Okay, So that is the first part of it. And you can see the score lines. Now for the next part, because to create this fold right in here, this is what I did. I folded it and I made a crisp line on both sides. And I'm sorry, I forgot. I marked it at 5.5, just with a little at the top and down here at the bottom, because that's the middle of your 8.5 by 11 page. And that, so I want to make a score line from the second line over where it intersects out here to the edge from here to here. Let me show you how I did that. It's just kind of a work with it a little bit. But here's where those lines being marked on my scoreboard really help. So I put that second line on the edge, and then I open this up and I'm working to get my marking at the 5.5 point to be on the same line. So I get that, and then I open it up and realize I've got to move it a little bit, so I hold it, and once you get it there, you just give it a really good alignment. And we're going to do the same thing going back the other way. I'm going to put the second line on here and bring it up, and I realize I need to pivot a little bit. And you just kind of keep doing that until you get your, and I'll do the other side and I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, now we need to make just a couple of little cuts to begin making our box. So I take my scissors, and you can do this with your paper trimmer. I'm just going to work with my scissors, but the most important thing for this to work is for you to make really precise you want to make really crisp and correct score marks, and the rest will kind of fall in place. So on the short side, where you only have 2 score lines going this way, you take and you cut up to the second score line. Do you see that? And you're going to do that on all 4 of these tabs. Then you just want to cut out this first little square on all of them. I just think this is a fun little box for my friend. She is a peanut M&M's person, and so I'm going to just put her a little package of peanut M&M's. But you could put, it would be a great place to put some gift tags. You know, any small little flat gift would be perfect in there. Okay, so now you want to score. We're going to turn it over, and we want to fold on these tabs right here. And here's where you want to use your bone folder and really score them all really well. You are going to, on the wrong side, you fold and crease these 2 inside the triangular forming ones, and then everything else you can do with the paper front side up. Just fold all of these tabs towards you. Again, just giving it a good crease, it'll make the next process so much easier. Okay, so we're going to fold the end one, inside piece to here, and then fold this part back, And again, just give it as good a crease as you possibly can. And we're going to fold this one to the inside and fold this one back. Okay? So does that make sense? Remember, again, you want to turn it over to fold these, and then everything else you fold on the front side. So now we're going to make our box, and I just take a couple of pieces of my tape and I put 2 pieces on each tab. It's really important for you to do this. I will tell you that I've already thrown them away, but the ones that I didn't do this on, I had not great results. So I'm going to do this and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's put the finishing touches on this. I'm going to remove all the backing, and you just fold it up and put create your box by folding your flaps in. Okay, and the first time you fold it, you have to kind of train the paper, but you fold it in, and then you want to go and use your bone folder on each of your creases. So the other thing I wanted to show you, the sky's the limit on how you decorate them, and you can, gosh, if you made some gift tags for somebody and put those down in there. I added seam binding just by putting a piece of my score tape here and attaching it to it, and that's what comes around and keeps the card closed. I want to show you this. This is one of the Tim Holtz movers and shapers dies, and to create it, I used the movers and shapers open tray that they have made. What is it actually called? Base tray. And I put the mover and shaper die in here, and then I just cut a couple of squares of paper that I knew were going to work and put them face down. I learned the hard way, you have to put them face down or the words come out backwards. So I put them face down. This is some Coordinations cardstock, so you could actually distress it. To punch out, this is, I'm not sure who makes this. It says Woodware Craft Collection. I've had it forever, but it is a 3-inch scallop punch, and it works beautifully with this. And I just opened that up and worked until it was centered where I wanted it, and then just punched. And I punched a second piece out of some pink cardstock and then just mounted those together. So that's how I created this. And you can put a little note in the bottom, you can do whatever. So I hope that you will have some fun making some of these fun little folded box cards. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment and I will try and help you. In the meantime, I hope you have a great week, and don't forget to take some time to play.